In March of 2020, we did a budget garage gym build. Unfortunately, 2 years later, at the beginning of 2022, things are actually even more expensive now than they were during the 2020 shutdown, so it's even harder to build a home gym at a reasonable price. So in this video, we're going to remake that video. We're going to keep the same budget of $1,000 as our top limit, and we're going to see what we can come up with for that same price point. But before we get into the video, hi, my name is Ryan Treadaway, founder of TreadawayTraining.com, where we turn skinny guys into jacked men. If you want more information on body transforming training and nutrition topics every Sunday, consider subscribing. The first thing that we're going to look at is going to be our power rack. This is going to be the centerpiece when it comes to a garage gym. And when it comes to the budget price point, I am a huge fan of the Rep PR 1100 for a few reasons. So if we compare it to the direct competitor, which would be the Titan T2 for $10 more for, basically the same price, there's a couple of things that we get with the Rep PR 1100 versus the T2. So we have that nice multi-grip pull-up, and then we also have different color options at no additional charge if that's something that you're interested in. And the only reason I point that out is because at this price point specifically, the ability to customize what you're getting is pretty rare. So it's a nice little cherry on top there if you do care about the aesthetics of the gym. But the main thing functionally wise would be the multi-grip pull-up bar, and it's $10 cheaper. And this is a bit more expensive than it was when I made the previous video a couple years ago, but since then Rep actually started offering free shipping. So when you factor in the fact that you're getting free shipping and the fact that it's more expensive, it's actually not a whole lot more expensive in price. And then if we were to look at the Amazon offerings, there's a few different options that we have here. There's the Fitness Reality Rack, which is pretty similar for $300. And then there's the Hulk Fit, which has really good reviews. I've not had any experience or seen anyone use this rack, so I can't necessarily speak to it specifically, but it is $100 cheaper. So you could go with that one, or you could go with the PR 1100. So we're just going to move forward with this one for now, but know that if you did go with the Hulk Fit, you could take $100 off of the total. And then when it comes to the barbell, we're going to again look at Rep. I feel like Rep is just one of the best companies out there in terms of the budget and the middle of the road price points. And they're getting a little bit better in terms of the higher end equipment too, but I think they're really shining that budget to medium tier equipment. The basic barbell. For this build, we're gonna go with just kind of the basic budget option. I've heard really good things about this bar. In particular, you get pretty good knurling with this barbell. And so for 119 bucks, getting good knurling, can't really complain there. There's also the Bare Naked Powerlifting Bar 2.0 from Bells of Steel, which I've heard good things about, but it is $80 more expensive. So we're going to go ahead and kind of count that one out of the running here. And then moving on to the bench category, we're going to go with the cheapest bench that we can find that's good enough to do the job, because we need to save some money somewhere. And the Amazon Basics flat bench, I've not used it personally, but I have seen a video of Coop from Garage Gym Reviews literally dragging this thing behind a truck down the road while using it. So it's pretty durable, and it's only 70 bucks and will get the job done. And then when it comes to the weight plates are literally just weight that hangs off the bar. So you should get the absolute cheapest weight plates that you can possibly find. If you can find weight plates used, get them used. If you can find them on Facebook Marketplace, or just hearing about them through word of mouth or on Craigslist, somebody getting rid of their equipment that they purchased during all the shutdowns, just get the cheapest weight plates that you can find. But for the purposes of this video, I'm assuming that everything is going to be purchased new, because I can't predict what price you might be able to get used equipment for. We're going to take a look at the basic iron plates from Rep Fitness. And when it comes to plates, you're going to need one pair of 2.5s, you're going to need one pair of 5s, You're gonna need 2 pairs of 10s. You're gonna need a pair of 25s. We're not gonna get any 35s. And then when it comes to 45s, you're just gonna need as many 45s to match how strong you are. And now that Rep is offering free shipping, it's not a huge deal to go in and add additional plates later, whereas before you wanted to get them all up front so that you could save on shipping. For the average person, I'm gonna say we're probably looking at about 3 pairs of weight plates, and that'll give most people a little bit of room to grow into these weights, and then you can always add plates later on. If my plate math is correct, all of these plates on the bar is gonna weigh 420 pounds. So that's a lot of weight. That'll give you some room to grow. And then once you pass that 420 pound mark, once your deadlift starts getting stronger, your squat starts getting stronger, and you need more than that, again, you can always just add another plate, a pair of plates in there later. But this is gonna be where a whole bunch of your money goes if you're buying new. So if you look at that, that's $625. That eats up almost all of the budget right there. And so if we do 625, and then we'll pretty much have to go with the Amazon rack at this point, unless you want to get one less pair of plates. So that'll be 269. And then the bench is gonna be, we'll say 70. And then the bar is gonna be 120 plus 120. And that actually takes us just barely over, even with the cheaper rack. That brings us just a little bit over the $1,000 mark. Plus tax, we're looking at about $1,200. So that's kind of where the importance of getting those used plates comes into play. So if we were to go with 2 pairs instead of 3 pairs, which would be enough for probably most people, and then again, you can add to it later on. We can subtract 130 from that. That brings us down to $950, and again, plus tax, that's gonna put us up around the $1,000 mark. And so there's not a lot of wiggle room anymore when it comes to some of these pieces of equipment. So as you can see, based on what we just looked at, unfortunately, prices are really high right now. The price of raw materials is just really high right now. So you're getting a lot less in your gym for that same $1,000 price point as when we made the original video 2 years ago at the beginning of the 2020 shutdowns. But you still can build a good home gym. If you have what we outlined in this video, you still have everything that you need to be making progress towards your muscle growth and towards your strength goals for $1,000. And the final tip that I will throw in here is something that we covered earlier in the video, which is to get those plates used, because if we can lower the price that we're spending on those weight plates, then you can add in some additional pieces of equipment to help you build more muscle and get extra variety out of your home gym. You could do some rack attachments, maybe get some dumbbells, or if you're a stronger individual and you need more weight, you could simply get more weight plates if you can get those weight plates for cheaper. If you want to see the original budget garage gym video that I did, you can check that out here. Or if you want to check out our home gym, you can check that out here. As always, God bless you and your family, and we'll see you next week.